Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and another month, another CIVIVI knife. This is the Gavko designed Six Gill by CIVIVI. You can see the Gavko labeling there. Now this is interesting because I have a history with Gavko in that I really love this Gavko spiny dogfish. So the Six Gill is actually kind of continuing not only some features of the dogfish, spiny dogfish, but also the sea creature theme. A Six Gill is actually a type of shark. There are three variations of the Six Gill species: the Atlantic, the blunt nose, and one other I forgot. Big eye, I believe. Big eye shark. Anyway, so what we've got here is a micarta handle, green. I do like that. Probably one of my favorite micarta colors. But it's got this unusual upswept blade. And that's what makes this thing really stand out. There is definitely a big indexing point, a finger groove right there, but also a definite finger choil on the front end. It has a crossbar lock, that axis lock. That is the main deployment, or a flip lever, so you can take it out either way. It does not have a flipper down here. Stainless steel liners. Now it's got a nice thick blade. That is something that I really like. The blade thickness is 0.12 inches. So anything over 0.1 to me is good. Anything under is starting to get into some thin territory, so there better be a good reason. CIVIVI calls this a reverse Tonto, or Gavko. I don't know who decides what it's called. That's an unusual name for that kind of a blade, because the Tonto is usually straight and then has this sort of a tip. So a reverse, well, what's the reverse of straight? I guess curved, but it could be curved either way, and often things are reversed. So this would be a reverse. I don't know. Anyway, that's an unusual blade shape. Now I do like the blade shape here, but also the faceting, where it's almost, it kind of keeps that Paleolithic look, that stone chip look that I really like. And I love the thin handle, because this thing, the spiny dogfish, just is such a narrow little knife that just drops down into your pants, into your pocket, and then you've got this kind of fun, unique thing. Again, nice big finger choil, just a fun knife. This is a beefier version of it. This kind of satin black Nitro V blade is interesting also here, because if you follow the line, usually I talk about the thrusting capability of the line of the knife. You're looking at this tip here, so this is like a false tip. This would be the actual tip. Something that with Tontos sometimes they point up, which allows them more of a thrusting. They're kind of a fighting knife, but in this case that tip stays down low, which means if you look at the line, if you're holding this, it's probably going to miss that tip. If you line up this, it's going to come out, probably in here somewhere. But of course the blade is obviously not designed for that. What it is designed for is kind of precision work or skinning, which is kind of an interesting thing to think about in the 21st century. But you do have this rotating movement that where the knife flows with the movement of your arm, rather than trying to keep it straight. If you take a conventional blade, say like that, you aren't getting kind of that rotation. You have to keep it straight. If you do rotate it, you change the angle at which this intersects the workpiece. But if you've got a slicing arc there, or radius, it does change the way you can use it. So there are some carpentry tools that use that, but what really uses it is skinning. A skinning knife has a blade like this because you're working it inside, decaping or caping the animal, getting into an area and then just rolling the knife. And the problem with a sharp-bladed knife when you do that is you're going to just cut into it instead of being able to slice through the material to separate it and preserve the cape. But anyway, interesting knife. This does have a little bit more weight than the spiny dogfish. So this Six Gill here weighs about 3.34 ounces. Which isn't heavy at all, but definitely you feel a bit of a difference. I did notice here, made me appreciate that spiny dogfish thickness of the blade. That must have been one of the other things I really liked. It just gives it that substantial feel. But with the micarta handle, simple design, beautiful expression. I'm glad that CIVIVI is supporting different designers and knife makers and allowing them to explore areas that may not, if you were one of the big companies like Benchmade or something, you'd probably be limiting access to production simply because of the costs involved, which also limits probably the creativity. Whereas CIVIVI, that's one of the reasons I really like this company. This is one of the reasons I keep, looking forward to working with them on different knives. And they did send me these 2 knives, but I feel like CIVIVI is, really trying to push the envelope, but also accepting the risks that are involved. Like Benchmade has a new knife that's got kind of some maybe Eastern kind of desert nomad styling to it. The big upswept blade, and it's like kind of neat, but for what? This one to me is like a working knife for a very specific industry or very specific skill. Working with, I think caping is the big thing, but also light woodworking on soft woods. This is a carpentry tool, and then also the potential for just having a unique knife with a unique blade. I think it's a winner. I like Gavko knives. I've never hidden that, but having something like that, to me, that's a lot of fun. That's why I carry different knives. And there it is. Tell me your thoughts. Street price on this guy, I should mention, is only about $65. So you can easily get into a high quality Nitro V blade with a unique shape, beefy design, micarta handles. There it is. And with that, Doc out.